He was born in the Ohio heartland and grew up conservatively in the progressive culture of Oregon. Then, like many gifted and energetic young men on the cusp of adulthood, he moved east to the Washington, D.C. area to become an intern. With dreams of influencing a generation and shaping a nation, Joshua Harris was as dedicated and focused as any who strode the halls of the Capitol. But because Josh chose to become an intern in a different venue, the members of Covenant Life Church have become the beneficiaries of his talents and desire to glorify God in all he does. When Josh was 8, the family moved to Gresham, Oregon. He was homeschooled his entire life, and his father, Greg, became an influential leader in the early homeschool movement. Greg often took his children with him as he conducted homeschooling workshops across the country. So it wasn't unexpected when Josh joined his dad as a public speaker. He spoke at his first event at 17 and then began conducting his own events for homeschooled teens. Shortly thereafter, he founded New Attitude magazine, a quarterly publication for homeschooled teens. The magazine's popularity and distribution rose over the 4 years it was published, peaking at 5,000. But Josh was moving on. He stopped the magazine in 1997, the same year that his first book, I Kissed Dating Goodbye, was released. That book, with its provoking title and biblical approach to principled romance, surprised everyone with its stunning popularity, not to mention its longevity. 6 years later, I Kissed Dating Goodbye has sold more than 800,000 copies and has been translated into at least 13 other languages ranging from Ukrainian to Korean. As exciting as any book's publication can be, something else more defining happened to Josh that year. After meeting C.J. Mahaney the previous year at the Sovereign Grace Leadership Conference, he decided he'd met his very own Paul, an older man who could disciple him. So in 1997, he moved across the country to live in the Mahaney's basement and serve as a pastoral intern at Covenant Life Church. He participated in the first year of the Pastor's College and continued his speaking ministry to teens and young adults. A year later, Josh was busy planning for the debut National New Attitude Conference and for a wedding.
Every morning that breaks, there are mercies anew. Every breath that I take is your faithfulness proved. And at the end of each day, when my labors are through, I will sing of your mercies anew.
He had gone goo goo gaga for Shannon Hendrickson, a secretary at the church and a vocalist for Sovereign Grace's worship recordings. Josh and Shannon were married in October 1998, and the first New Attitude Conference was held in Baltimore in January 1999. With his courtship and marriage, Josh had his own personal illustrations for his second book, Boy Meets Girl. A labor of love for part of 1999 and most of the following year, Boy Meets Girl was published in October 2000 and quickly became Baby Makes Three. Emma Grace was born to Josh and Shannon in the spring of 2000. A year later, Josh's pronounced leadership gift was the reason he was tapped to become the executive pastor of Covenant Life. Then his son Joshua Quinn followed in 2002. And this year promises to be just as eventful, with the publication of his third book, Not Even a Hint, Guarding Your Heart Against Lust, due to be released this fall. Josh Harris, from intern to executive pastor, influencing a generation and shaping a nation from the halls of Covenant Life Church, his church family, and the people most grateful for him.